Hawa Ijen embraces a mystical lake that is the same shade as jade. The arduous life of miners who collect sulfur and carry it was embedded in that place. I also saw interesting fire that rose from the ground of Larangan Tokol on Madura Island. I'm leaving the extreme land where mysteries and danger coexist and am headed for the great inheritance of Java. I will be visiting Borobudur, one of the world's 3 greatest Buddhist historic sites that holds numerous secrets, and Prambanan, a beautiful Hindu temple. Today I am off to find the soul of Java. The island of Java lies in the center of Indonesia, which stretches out east and west with the equator in the middle. The main power of Indonesia prospered in this area since ancient times. Today's journey begins in the ancient city of Yogyakarta, also called the spiritual hometown of Java. Yogyakarta, which is located in the southern part of Java, is also called Jogjakarta. This city used to be the capital of the Mataram Sultanate, and in its streets lived the history and culture of Java. It was also the capital of Indonesia from 1945 to 1949 during the Indonesian National Revolution against the Netherlands after the nation declared its independence.
이 조형물은 인도네시아의 독립을 상징합니다. 이 다리 부분은 족자카르타에서 인도네시아의 독립이 시작되었다는 것을 의미하고요. 올라가는 줄기는 인도네시아가 이 세계로 뻗어나간다는 것을 상징합니다.
It is a sculpture that makes me realize that Indonesians think of Yogyakarta as the hometown for their national spirit. I choose Kraton, the palace in the center of the old town, to begin my journey in this historic and ancient city. Kraton is a palace where the sultans who ruled the nation and the royal family lived. The palace is open to tourists, so you can visit the place where the inauguration took place, the court, and the ballroom.
네, 이 왕궁은 1756년에 제1대 왕이 살 때부터 지어져서 지금 현재 10대 왕까지 계속해서 이곳에서 살고 있다고 합니다.
This is the ballroom that was used to entertain guests or hold parties. Now, gamelan, the traditional Javanese percussive ensemble, or dance performances take place for tourists.
와, 멋지네요. 이곳은 왕이 실제로 살고 있는 집입니다. 현재 이곳의 왕은 이곳의 도지사이기도 한데요. 저기 보이시는 문이 닫혀 있는 것은 왕이 집에 없고 도지사 사무실에서 업무를 보고 있다는 뜻입니다.
The position of sultan is more of an honorary position now, but the people still revere him as the envoy of God and as their spiritual leader. They still have vassals who worked for the sultan for several generations. There are approximately 1,600 vassals, including the 600 or so guards. However, the Sultan has no royal authority, and the palace is being run on income from tourism and resident donations. So vassals have very low income. This is why most vassals have a separate job to make a living.
teman-teman ini mempunyai latar belakang yang berbeda. Tapi semuanya mantan, katakanlah mantan pegawai, mantan pamong desa, mantan guru, mantan TNI, Polri, gitu.
The people are proud of being vassals as they follow in the footsteps of their ancestors. However, they need secondary jobs to make a living. What are their lives like outside of the palace? I visit a guard's home, which is located near the palace.
드라마스레 안녕하세요. 저기 크라토 왕국에서 이렇게 일하시는 분이 누구세요? 아, 네 안녕하세요. 저 한국에서 왔어요. 네.
kerja di keraton, kalau bagi petani.
He chose to grow jambu, a tropical fruit, to make a living, while keeping his job as a vassal at Kraton, as many generations in his family did too. It's physically exhausting, but Vujo says he feels happy.
Nanam jambu seperti ini untuk biaya hidup keluarga itu.
There are jambu farms all over the village. I decide to visit one with him. The jambu is a tropical fruit that requires much effort to grow.
안녕하세요. 네.
Selamat sore.
Selamat sore.
Ini mau metik jambu ya? Tahun ini berbuah 4 kali. Ya supaya aman harus dibrongsong begini, dibungkus begini. Kalau nggak dibungkus itu ada lalat buah yang mengentup ini, nanti busuk.
Farmers have to climb trees to pick the ripe jambu. They are very good at climbing trees. Jambu contains a large amount of water and cellulose and are one of the most widely consumed fruits in Indonesia.
한번 먹어볼게요.
The jambu is usually eaten raw or made into an Indonesian fruit salad called lujak.
과일이 보기만 해도 되게 포송포송하게 생겼어요.
Jambu is the main source of income for this village. They also create extra income for the village.
Ini buah jambu ini. Kalau malam ini dimakan kelelawar ini. Di sini banyak kelelawar.
The extra income comes from the bats. Many bats gather in this area where several jambu farms are. They eat the jambu fruit or small insects. The village residents use bats for food or medicine, so they can create quite a profit when caught and sold.
이 지붕에 박쥐들이 살고 있대요.
It's interesting to learn that bats can live on the roof of a house like this, when I thought they only lived in dark caves. A man sets a net under the eaves and climbs up to the roof. He pokes between the tiles with a rod. He says this makes the bats that are hiding in the gaps of the roof go out to the net. Wow, the bats really do come out. The bats are caught in the net one by one.
여기 있어요. 박쥐 여기. 오, 여기도 있어요. 오, 잡았다. 우와. 우와. 잡아도 돼요? 우와. 우와. 우와, 박쥐 잡았어요. 우와.
Several kinds of bats live in Indonesia. This one is called a black myotis.
저 박쥐 잡아서 뭐예요?
Oh ya, ini untuk obat asma sama sama sini.
아,
Iya, iya.
힘 세진다고요?
Iya.
Bat meat is the special source for protein in this area. It is considered a haute cuisine because of its soft and chewy texture. The next morning, we head for a market to sell the bat. This is a bird market. A variety of birds and their feed are sold here. All of the different kinds of birds in the world must be here.
Hi. 안녕하세요.
This is where bats are sold for medicinal use. It's usually used to make medicine for coughs and asthma. Vujo thinks it a great honor to work as a vassal for Kraton. He's happy to be able to keep that honorable position thanks to his side job.
Hidupnya susah. Kalau pagi ya punya bidang tani. Kalau siang ya mencari kelelawar. Sore itu ya.
저 갈게요. 띠리바카 씨. 네, 건강하시고 박쥐 많이 파세요.
예, 잠깐.
갈게요. 기왕 온 김에 좀 다른 새들도 좀 구경하고 가봐야겠어요. 저쪽에 새들이랑 사람들이 다 몰려 있네요. 한번 가볼까요?
I go over to see what the people are doing with the birds. And they were holding auditions for the bird sound competition.
인도네시아 사람들이 새를 좋아한다는 얘기 들었는데 이렇게 콘테스트도 있을 정도는 좀 몰랐어요.
Indonesians believe that the sound of birds brings luck. That's why each household has a bird that sings. It naturally led to their love for birds, and a competition was born.
Mencari prestasi burung. Nah, jadi dia mencari prestasi burung. Mana yang burung itu nanti ada yang dari Bali, ada yang dari Kalimantan, ada yang dari Sumatera, ada yang dari Jakarta, Jawa Tengah, Jawa Timur. Itu diadu burung itu. Itu mencari prestasi burung yang paling bagus.
Ya, silakan untuk labetan.
The bird that is believed to bring the people luck. It also brings wealth and honor to them. Not only does the winning bird's owner get a large amount in prize money, along with honor, but the bird's value also skyrockets. The evaluation of the bird's sound is very strict, and selecting judges is a picky process. Judges have to acquire a bird license and go through special training for 1 year.
Irama lagu yaitu bahwa ketika burung itu berbunyi membawakan berkicau dengan ngerol, dengan penuh variasi, penuh harmonisasi sehingga enak didengar dan menimbulkan rasa puas bagi pendengarnya.
The judges lay down flags that have scores written on them after listening to the birds. More red flags means a higher score. I see a contestant who looks happy after the competition.
3. Yes. Oh, itu karena burung masih anak-anak, masih junior, umur masih 5 bulan, pertama kali turun ke kontes burung. Berlatih.
These people believe that the beautiful chirping of birds brings good luck. After getting a taste of the different culture of Indonesia, I head off to find the great inheritance of Yogyakarta. A huge temple stands in the middle of a dense forest. It is Borobudur, one of the world's greatest Buddhist temples. Borobudur means Buddhist temple on a hill. People wearing shorts, miniskirts, or sleeveless shirts are not allowed in the temple.
오케이. 이 보로부드로 사원에 올라가려면 이 사롱이라고 하는 이 치마처럼 생긴 옷을 꼭 입고 가야 된대요.
The magnificent sight of Borobudur overwhelms those who see it. This huge pyramid-shaped temple that was designated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1991 is a great structure that expresses Buddhism's vision of the universe.
저는 지금 보로부드로 이 사원 입구에 도착했습니다. 이렇게 계단에 오르면 벽면에 이 부처의 일대기가 조각된 조각상들이 있습니다.
The carvings on the wall go on for over 6 kilometers. It is praised as the world's largest and complete Buddhist historic site. It shows the philosophy of Buddhism about punitive justice, the life story of Buddha, nature, including animals and plants, and the lives of ordinary people. It holds various sites.
여기는 부처님이 출가를 해서 이 삭발을 하는 조각이 있네요.
Currently, 86% of the Indonesian population is Muslim. However, this proves that the Buddhist culture grew and prospered on this land in the past. Borobudur is 10 stories high. The walk up to the top floor seems very long.
올라가는 계단의 높이가 굉장히 높네요.
The steep stairs take me to a bell-shaped pagoda called a stupa, which catches my eye. A stupa is usually a place used to store the ashes of Buddha or monks who made great achievements. This temple has a total of 72 stupas. The large stupa in the middle is empty. A statue of Buddha occupies the stupa below it.
Di dalam ini ada semua stupa ini ada patung Buddha di dalamnya. Karena dari dulu sampai sekarang tidak ada relik Buddha yang ada di dalam. Karena itu ada stupa di dalamnya.
Construction of this World Heritage Site was completed in the year 842. It was built 300 years before Angkor Wat in Cambodia and 400 years earlier than the cathedrals in Europe. However, it was forgotten by the world for over 1,000 years until early in the 19th century. It was because of the eruption of Mount Merapi. Mount Merapi, one of the most active volcanoes in the world, turned the world upside down again in 2010. Mount Merapi erupted several times from the end of October to November in 2010. Some 350 people died, and over 300,000 victims suffered in the incident. The villagers of Kangkringan, who suffered from the volcanic eruptions, settled down in a new area last year.
Selamat sore. Selamat sore. 안녕하세요.
3 years have passed, but it remains a vivid memory in the villagers' minds.
Waktu malam sudah ada orang yang keluar, api sudah dekat kan gitu. Jadi kali itu ini sudah bingung kan lari kemana gitu. Tapi kalau yang tidak lari anak semua warga Kaliadem itu yang karena ya waktu malam ya di tempat SMP ya Pak, ya tempat SMP itu, nah itu semua lingkungan itu sudah sama lari semua itu, buat semua. Hanya satu kampung itu yang masih itu paginya itu baru, nah itu sudah wah.
All hell broke loose. The moment Mount Merapi erupted, it took away everything from the villagers.
Satu orang itu kan semua sudah lari ya, ini hanya waktu akan mengambil sepeda. Nah itu sudah nggak ada waktu karena sempit. Cuma hanya 5 menit, nah ada menit itu akan mengambil sepedanya. Nah, itu sudah tertutup material itu ya kena.
와, 지금은 이렇게 풀도 자라고 이 아름다운 경관에 와, 그렇게 엄청난 화산 피해가 있었다는 게 믿겨지지가 않네요. 야.
Karena kedahsyatan awan panas dari Merapi meluluh lantakkan tempat ini, dan tempat-tempat ini pun menjadi hanya tinggal langsung hancur kayak gini, dan kayu-kayu ini menjadi hangus, terbakar. Ini karena awan panas.
Traces of the disastrous incident remain here. Ejecta, including ashes, poured out constantly for days, turning the entire village into a drab gray. Nevertheless, over 70,000 people live at the foot of Mount Merapi.
Sehingga sini tanah akan lebih baik.
This area that was covered in volcanic ash turned into fertile land full of minerals. That's why people can't move away and leave this land behind.
Contoh pasir untuk bangunan yang ada di Merapi, yang dari puncak Merapi seperti ini. Ini untuk bangunan dari Merapi untuk dijual ke Jogja ataupun ke Semarang.
These are the two facets of a volcano that contain both calamity and blessings.
이 화산 폭발로 인해서 많은 사람들이 피해를 입었지만 또 이렇게 시간이 지나고 나니까 이런 또 다른 선물이 이렇게 주어지네요.
This is why Mount Merapi, the mountain of fire, is a source of fear and respect to the villagers. Mount Merapi covered a treasure of Java under its ashes. It is Prambanan, an ancient Hindu temple.
Selamat siang.
Selamat siang, apa kabar? Ini Candi Prambanan.
오늘 여기 보여주실 거예요?
This is Topo. He will guide me around Prambanan today.
Tahun 1584 ada gempa bumi besar, semuanya hancur, semua rusak. Ditemukan lagi tahun 1733.
Prambanan is a World Heritage Site designated by UNESCO and one of the world's greatest ancient Hindu structures. However, like Borobudur, only traces of a severe incident remain of Prambanan. It caved in from a volcanic eruption and earthquake in the 16th century. Prambanan was neglected for a long time, but it has recently started being restored.
Tetapi baru 2 candi yang selesai dibangun kembali. Ini satu, di sudut itu satu. Jadi masih 222 lagi yang harus disusun lagi.
There used to be 224 shrines in this temple that were dedicated to Shiva, Vishnu, and Devi, the 3 deities of Hinduism. Prambanan shows off elegant balance and precise carvings. It is known as the greatest architectural work in Java. Rara Jonggrang, which means slender virgin, is an especially interesting legend.
Kalau menurut legenda cerita masyarakat setempat di sini, candi ini dibangun hanya dalam waktu 1 malam.
A prince proposed to a princess of an enemy country, and the princess promised to marry him if he built 1,000 shrines in a single night. However, when the prince succeeded in building the 1,000 shrines, she secretly tore down one of the shrines. When the prince found out the truth, he was enraged and turned the princess into a statue, making her into the 1,000th shrine. The beautiful princess in the legend, the statue of Rara Jonggrang, is here.
Nah, ini wajib pakai, nah, dipakai dulu.
Masuk sini, Pak. Antar sini aja.
The shrine of Shiva is the largest in Prambanan at 47 meters high. If you walk into the shrine, the interior is decorated elaborately with carvings of images from ancient myths.
Kalau yang bawah ini cerita-cerita Ramayana, relief Ramayana story.
The story of Ramayana, an epic recorded in Sanskrit from ancient India, is carved onto the wall.
여기 라마, 락슈마나, 시타, 이 힌두 신화의 주인공들이 다 여기 조각되어 있네요.
Satu untuk emblemnya ITB.
Like the shrine for the greatest Hindu deity it is, 4 different pagodas lie here, including one for Shiva.
Hati-hati ke bawah. Ini patungnya di sini tapi gelap.
The most popular pagoda is the one of Durga, Shiva's wife. Locals call her Rara Jonggrang and believe that touching her statue will bring you beauty. The overwhelming feeling I got from Prambanan in the daytime continues at night.
프람바난 사원을 밤에 보니까 더 예쁘네요. 저 불빛 보이세요? 와, 사람들도 엄청 많이 와 있어요. Hi.
Several groups of students are here too.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
A performance is held at night at this outdoor stage with Prambanan in the background. It's a dance performance that expresses the story of Ramayana, a Hindu myth. Ramayana is a dance performance of the turbulent life of Rama, the prince of Kosala. During the performance, Prince Rama gets the help of General Hanuman and goes to battle in order to fight Ravana, the devil that kidnapped his wife Sita, and succeeds in saving her. With the beautifully lit up Prambanan in the background, the extraordinary performance is performed to gamelan, traditional Indonesian music. It's an amazing performance that depicts the religious inspiration and artistic soul of the Javanese.
네, 지금까지 여러 공연을 봤지만 이렇게 멋진 사원을 배경으로 한 야외 공연은 처음이었던 것 같아요. 네, 기억에 오래 남을 것 같습니다.
Java in Indonesia. It was an exciting place where I encountered unexplored lands of the world. I was able to see the extreme and magnificent Mother Nature and experience the gravity of life. I also felt the rough breath of the living earth. I won't be able to forget the numerous happy moments I experienced for a long time.
여기 아직도 김이 나고 있는데
천년을 쉽게 깨기가 힘든구나 이게.
생선 같은데요?
샷.
우와.